Hi, welcome to Passion for Life with Dee and Friends, and I'm Dee, and I'm here with some friends. We're on a different set today because we're expecting a couple of more folks, but the weather just kind of allowed it to be a little delayed, but we didn't want to be too delayed, so we're going to start no matter what, and we're going to share our passions and our friends, and we're going to have a good time, and it's going to be a little different because I'm going to dedicate it to my mother because now my mom's a little sick. And we have to keep on praying for her, and she may be transitioning, but you have to do what you have to do, and God is with us, and we're just going to bring it. And I know she's looking, and she knows she didn't want me to stop and have a good time, and that's who I am, and we want to share. And my passion is all about educating people and giving them the best integrity of life and going back to basics. So we're going back to basics. And so, hey, Diane, how you doing?
Hi, Dan. I'm doing great, thanks.
Great, I'm glad. Thanks again for being out here and
I'm
being
excited
my co-host.
to meet our friends today.
Yeah. Well, I know you always hooking me up, so today I just kind of surprised you, and this was actually a really big surprise.
It is a big surprise.
You know? Well, the thing is, we'll go into that. What's your passion?
My passion is photography.
Mm-hmm.
I do pet photography because I love animals, and I'm an actor. And today, I also am into wellness, but today I want to talk about passion. Our passion, Dee and I, are our mothers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and since she's dedicating the show to her mom, you know, our moms are everything to us. So that's one of our greatest passions.
And our family, and family. And actually, these are two families, you know, that I haven't been with for so long, but we grew up, and they were like sisters and moms, and they knew my mom. I just heard the story, so you're going to have to share that again. But this is mother and daughter, and I just want to say hi, welcome, and this is Kathleen and Mercedes, and I just grabbed them because they came to see my mom, and I said, can you come? And I kind of persuaded them. I gave them a place to live, sleep tonight. So, because they were like, oh, well, we really want to go to the hotel. I was like, no, come on out. And they said, yeah, okay, let's go.
You know? Kind of like bribery.
Yeah, I did bribe. I did. But
they didn't know that. They didn't know what they were in for today.
No, but you know what? Life is good, and you might as well embrace it, and you got to share.
And it's so nice that we have mom and daughter here
Yes,
tonight
yes.
talking
We were
about
just talking
mom.
Yes. And I've known, I just heard, well, first I'm going to go to Kathleen. I'll go to Kathleen first. So what is your passion for life?
My passion, I think, is working with people with intellectual disabilities.
Mm-hmm.
That's been where my focus has been and my life's passion for a number of years.
Right.
I started back working in a psychiatric center when I was in college. And I went on to work now with an agency that works with children and adults with intellectual disabilities.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's cool. That's really, really,
Yes,
that's
it is.
helping
Very
people, and that's what we
We're all
do. You know,
about.
we try to help people. So, just have that better lifestyle and at least knowing what's going on, because people don't know. And if you don't know, it's not fair, because you're not treating yourselves right, mentally, physically, spiritually, and what have you. So, but hey, I'm so happy you're here.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Mercedes,
Yes.
how are you doing, my friend? My mommy's friend
I'm
from
doing pretty
forever. So what is your passion for life?
I like painting and reading a lot, and I have a passion for Fiona and people. I went back to school at age 42 and went on to get my degree in nursing. I'm a registered nurse.
Right.
Well, I'm retired now, but I like nursing. I like taking care of people.
Right.
I think that's a gift, being a nurse. You know, we all have different passions in life. Being a nurse, you know, me going into the hospitals, I get very emotionally and physically drained. So I really give you a lot of credit for what you do, and I respect you for that, because it is very draining for me. You know,
Very draining
for
you know, a nurse actually working in a hospital or taking care of patients, you know, because you get involved with people, you know, some of the people you get very attached to, and a lot of times the outcomes aren't good, you know, so, you know, you have, and then sometimes you're taking care of somebody and they get well and, you know, they bounce back and everything, and you're happy to see them leave, you know, because they're, you know, they've gotten better, and so that's, you know, so your feelings go, you know.
It's a lot. And how long did you do your nursing?
15 years.
Okay, cool.
Because I didn't go back to school until I was 40.
Right, 42.
42.
Right. Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah.
And you talked about Fiona. Who's Fiona?
Fiona's a little kitty cat.
Oh.
So you like animals? Oh,
Yeah.
this
Yes,
one
I
here,
love
forget
animals.
about
Yes.
it. We had her dog on a couple of weeks ago. It was like,
I'm involved with an animal charity that my
Yeah,
dog is a
she
sponsor,
loves
and we raise money.
yeah, yeah. Well, I'll tell you, it is so wondrous. First of all, thank you for coming out and coming to see my mom, even though she's right, and she knows. I believe she does know, but she wasn't able to respond to you all at this point. But at least you were there, and you're going to see her again, and that's the blessing, you know. And I know you all have been good friends, and your mom has been like coming out to see my mom for years and years and years, and that's so good, you know, that they could keep this relationship going. Since actually I just heard the story, and so I would love for you to share how you met my mom.
When we moved from Rhode Island with my son and my daughter, and it was, I guess, in August, the beginning of September, when I went to register him for kindergarten, and I was sitting there with my son, and this young woman comes over to me and says, "Oh, are you new here? What is your name? Where do you live?" You know, I'd like you to meet my daughter Dee Dee. She's, you know, and she's going to go into kindergarten also. And so she said, "What's your telephone number? I'll call you, and I'll give you my telephone number." So I said, we went ahead and registered, and I said goodbye, and went on home. And I just got to my door, and my phone rang, and it was Marcia, your mother was on the phone calling me.
Wow.
So that's how the friendship, and so that's been.
Well, if I was in kindergarten, I was 4.
Yeah,
I started kindergarten at 4 years old.
Yeah.
So, oh my gosh, that's a long time. We're not going to say. We just kind of let that go on by. We know it's been a long time. But that's amazing, and you all have been friends, because I know my mom always would talk about Mercedes, and you come out and what have you. I mean, I haven't seen you, Kathleen, for so long.
While,
so
yeah.
it was just, and I just grabbed him and said, "Let's go."
Yeah.
Should I say how long I've known your mother? No. Okay.
We're not going to go there. Because, sometimes I do share, maybe when I turn to my milestone, then I'll share. But right now.
You could share, a story that made you laugh, or a story that you shared together, that you had together growing up.
With who, Marcia?
Yes.
I know one.
You know
Well,
one? Go,
yeah.
Kathleen.
I remember one time we all went out. It was Christmas shopping, I think it was.
Oh.
And we were in the back of the station wagon.
Okay, yeah, we had some
And-
station.
Yeah. And we had pulled up and coming back to my house, and we look across the street, and there's 2 guys at our front door.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and
You were in the car.
you were in the
Because
car.
your mom was driving the
Yes.
station wagon.
And-
And Gleason was in the car, and I think Keith and Darryl were in the car.
Yeah,
Really?
Paul, and we were all in the back. All the kids were in the back.
uh-huh.
And so we looked at the house, and these 2 guys are at the door. And then we look again, and they're in the door. They broke the door down,
What?
and they're in the house.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And we were across the street watching it.
We were-
I said, Marcia, They break into my house. So we went around the corner, and I ran and knocked on the next door neighbors. He was a fireman. He just happened to be home. And I said, "There's 2 guys breaking into my house." And so he said, "All right, I'll call the cops." And then he came out, and then he called the guy. He was a sanitation man, and he came running down because all the houses were attached.
Yeah, yeah.
And they came running into the house, and the cops finally got there. All the kids, there was about
It was hysterical.
4 or 5, about 8 kids that were on the block, and you guys, and we started chasing the guys.
We did. I don't remember.
Yeah,
they were robbing the house.
Watch
Yeah,
at that time.
they went in, and they went in the front door and jumped right through the back window.
And it was written up in the newspaper.
Really?
Oh,
yes. And it was called, the title of the article was Teeny Tiny Mom Chases.
Yeah.
Because she was short, but she was up there right with the
Tiny
firemen,
mom.
leading the chase.
Oh my God.
following
Catch
the
crooks.
guys.
So
It was
they,
funny.
they got chased down the driveway, and then the cops came and got them just as they got
Really?
there. But when we went to court on the case, we came out the court, and they took pictures of us, and it was in the Daily News. And
My mom was there too?
Yeah,
Really? She was part of the
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You were there too. I
was,
Tiny
yeah.
was there too.
teeny
Tiny
mom.
tiny moms catch crooks.
What, did you save that article?
We
Oh,
had
to
it for a
see
long
it.
time.
long
but
time,
Yeah,
but
we
I-
moved a number of times.
These are the
That's-
stories that you never forget, and the
Right.
memories
Yeah.
and the
I
laughter
know,
growing up.
I know, and that's
You
why.
want me to tell you how old it is, so I won't.
It's like, okay, we can kind of.
Because it was about maybe 3 years after I met your mother.
Okay.
And we had been shop. You know, she'd like to shop.
Oh, yeah.
So we were we went up to Bloomingdale's, and
Oh, that was her favorite place too.
let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 kids were in the car, and Marsha and myself were sitting in the front. And I looked over and said, "What is this?" That's a frightening thing to see. It's scary, you know?
yeah.
See them go right through your
Yeah.
standing at the door, and then they disappeared in the door.
He's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I don't remember that though. Yeah, I guess that was kind of like maybe over there.
I don't think at the time we really recognized that people were breaking in because we were kids. We
Right,
just like,
we were just having a good time in the
And
We're just running and chasing.
Oh my goodness. Well, I know it's been so long since I've seen you, Kathleen. You know, I heard stories that you were doing very well, and the fact that I know your mom, and it's just embracing, you know, and it's just really embracing, and it's just wonderful that I feel like, oh my goodness, you know, life is just, it just brings you back, you know, full circle, and I know we're going to keep in contact this time, because I, you know, over the years I have seen your mom and talk to her, and we always, you know, connect here and there and what have you, but
Yeah.
I hadn't seen you in so very long, so it's like, oh wow.
And that's unfortunate. You know, you kind of move away and you go, you know, upstate.
Yeah.
You know,
But it's not really that far, especially
It's
now.
not.
Yeah, it's like
It's
with
not,
the
but
with
life
the
gets
phone.
busy
Yeah,
and you
it
just,
does.
you know,
It does. So we
connections
have
kind
to
of-
start
Yeah.
making time for each other, you know, and that's important, you know, because you don't know. It's not promised. Because I know 3 weeks ago, I took my mom out and got her hair done, and everything was good. Okay, we had some challenges and what have you, but not to expect, you know, that she would go down so fast, you know. So you think you had that much more time.
No, you don't know what you have.
Yeah, so you have to get healthy. You start doing the right thing. I know you said you have a daughter that's all about the holistic living and all that kind of stuff, and that's, you know, you're doing. I know you all are doing something right. You know, I have to scan you and find out, but find out how old you are inside. You know, yes, that's how I meant. met Diane.
She gave me a test to see how old I was.
Yeah,
And I passed the test with flying colors.
You did very good. Well, you know, it's all about putting the sugars and the proteins. A certain compound comes to your body, and that causes different things. You know, Alzheimer's, it causes cancer, it causes diabetes, it causes all these diseases because it affects your immune system. So that's why when you were pouring that diet soda, I was like, I'm sorry, I gotta say something. Because even the sugars and all that, we just can't keep on doing that to our bodies and expecting our bodies to keep on functioning in a proper way. And the problem is also we were putting poison. So our body's trying to do what it's supposed to do by taking all that crap out, but it can't, you know, so it's like a losing battle.
And it causes the inflammation.
Yeah,
Now,
yes.
why do you like, what is it about the soda that you like? Is it the sweetness?
No, they were hungry at that
they
point.
were-
It was just there.
Yeah, it was there. You know, that was my fault because I didn't give them a chance to even get to eat. You know, they came and they called. I said, "You need to come to the hospital now, okay? I want to see you all." And then I said, "Okay, now you just need to come with me here." So I never. And they said, "Well, can we stop at McDonald's?" I said, "No, I have some chips in the car. You can have that. Not GMO." So I'm like, I'm sorry. So we're gonna definitely have to stop and get something to eat.
Yeah,
when
we'll get
you
something
know.
nutritious.
Yes. Well, there's a diner. You know, when we leave here, we'll stop and get something to eat for sure.
Catherine,
It's my
oh,
treat.
Catherine, you're also very passionate because you work with special need kids, and you shared some stories with me. If you want to share a story about one of the young girls that you worked with.
Yeah, I worked, for a while I worked in a facility out in Indiana, and it was at a time when they were deinstitutionalizing individuals from the larger institutions, and they had put a number of people in nursing homes.
Okay.
And they didn't have any programming in that time. They had just had people kind of sitting there, you know, watching a TV at the end of the hall. So I was hired, you know, in my 20s, and I'm hired as a QMRP, and that's Qualified Mental Retardation Professional at that time, is what the title was. And there was a young girl I was working with, and she had cerebral palsy, and she had a lot of contractures in her hands and her body, and she had just the spirit that just moved me so much because she had the brightest eyes and the big smile whenever you approached her. So we would try to work with her on being able to just use her fingers to type out messages. And she got such a kick out of that. It was just the joy that she brought to that experience, and it just always made me think of how much we take for granted in life, that we can move our fingers and our arms and legs, and we can move about and do the things that we want. And for her to experience such joy, to be able to blink her eyes to answer yes, or to be able to type something out, and to, that is just that has such a spiritual nature to it, because, it doesn't have to be about possessions and about looks and things like that. It's what's inside.
It's about, people, like we talked about on the other show, is about people get labeled. And we're all God's children, and we're all the same, whether we have special needs or we are who we are. So it's a special gift too. They have a special gift. That's what we should call them, a special gift.
Well, what the thing is, you're right, because people take people, that's a hospital worker that cleans the floor. But you know what? You talk to everybody. You don't have to label or just not be able to connect with somebody because they're cleaning the counters, or in the kitchen or whatever. I always smile to everybody, and I always say hello, and I engage. It's okay. You don't never know where they came from and what they're doing. They may be the smartest person, but they decided they wanted to clean the kitchen.
It's just everybody's passionate. It's reaching out to everyone. We want to. Dee and I are so passionate. We want to change the world. If we could touch someone's heart, it made us our day. I just want to give you a story talking about that. I was in a store the other day, and this girl was next to me, and she was buying something, and she was short 7 cents. So she was looking in her pocket, And I said, and then she gave $1. I said, put the dollar back, and I put 7 cents. I gave it to Guy. She turned around. She said, I was having the worst day. She goes, I was crying all morning. She goes, you just made my day. And I looked at her and I said to myself, 7 cents, I made her day. I started crying and I hugged her. We hugged each other, and that just like touched my heart that I made her day by just doing the simplest things.
Yeah.
And that's that's what we have to do every day.
Yeah, I've been finding that happening to me too recently. I was parking my car, and I went to park the car, and the lady kind of like held her hand and said, "Hold on." And she runs out with her little sticker, and she says, it has like 45 minutes on it here. And I was like, oh, that was so sweet. Why, I was like, thank you. And that did make my day.
It's a little thing.
And then I did that to somebody else. The next day, I had, I was like, here you go, take that.
Well, those gestures are so important because you never really know what someone is going through at any given moment.
Exactly.
And sometimes just that simple act of
kindness
it really makes a difference.
Because it's just, and I feel that the universe keeps on bringing people in your life when you need them. Because I know I was at the hospital waiting for my car. And I just started running my mouth, which, I can't help it. I think we're all like that. We came by it naturally, our mothers, I think your mom might be one of the more quiet, but not really.
Quiet? No, I don't think so. I think she has a lot of stories.
Oh, look at that eyebrow. I remember that. But I know we came by it very naturally then. We couldn't help it. But I started talking to this lady and at the hospital, and I had her crying. I'm crying, because I'm there with, just visiting my mom. And I don't know how we just got in that conversation. And I was like, oh, okay. And she was so sweet, though. Really sweet. But it's just sharing, that smile, and that helps, make people happy. That's what we're about, making people happy. Because life is too hard out there. You don't have to be hard anymore. It's just live good. It's,
and I think looking for the goodness in others. Because so often people, the negativity is there, and they want to prejudge, or they want to, put things in their own with their own perspective on it. Instead of really looking at a person and saying, what goodness is in this person, and really looking, to find out, what they have to offer.
Well, a lot of people, if there's something that happened, then all of a sudden it's like it gets complicated, and they blow it into something that it wasn't really, but it's like the telephone. You start with one sentence or one conversation, and then you go down 100 times, and it changes. And by the end, it's not even recognizable. So the stories that come out, and that seed, and if you put that seed of doubt or anything negative, that's why don't ever put anything negative to anybody, because it's horrible. It just can't, it festers like a cancer. It just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. I know that when I first started my job, and somebody, like I had an encounter with somebody, okay, they didn't like me. Okay, fine, you don't have to like me. But then you go, oh, that girl's a little difficult, so blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So they put that little seed on in there, so the next person's like, oh, yeah, I heard it. I heard about you, and it's like, and it's not cool, because you blocked your blessings, because you don't know, because you didn't give me a chance to really see whether I am that person or not, so it's not cool. It's not really cool, So people take away the negative.
Yes.
Put the positive. Don't ever take, it's just not worth it. It's like, okay, that's so cool. You can think that.
And you find that it eats at yourself.
Yeah.
When you have that negativity and anger and hatred, and it just eats away. And people, they try to put it out there on someone else,
Yeah.
but it still reflects on you.
No, it
you know?
does.
And we
Oh,
bring,
so
and
true.
sometimes we bring that on ourselves. So we have to change our minds because sometimes we say things that we don't want to say and it's negative. So we always have to, like you say, we always have to keep our mind focused, positive, and happy.
Yeah.
Put the filters
And it's a
on.
continuous process.
Yes,
you
yes,
know?
it is.
It is
It
something
is.
that we have to
Yeah.
really every day, put in check. What am I saying, or what's coming out of my mouth? Because things can come out so quickly.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
before you know it, you're really
You're causing
saying
somebody
something,
harmful
yeah.
to somebody else.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's that's why I believe in truths. Because a lot of people think facts are truths, and facts are just something that somebody put out there, and it's not necessarily the real truth. So you really have to know what the truth is before you start taking these facts and making it your truth, because it's not really the truth. So
right.
and it's rough. It's truly rough. But I know I feel truth with y'all, because it's a wonderful thing. And I don't like negativity, and we keep it positive. And life's good. And
Each day's a blessing.
and Mommy, because we are here because of you, and it's a good thing, I wish, but it's okay, we did what we could do, and but you're bringing us together, and that's important. So sometimes I say, oh yeah, but we're here.
Yeah.
We're here.
Our parents plant the seed to watch us grow, and they put us in our soul, and the children carried on. That's what it's all about. There's one more story you told me that I want you to share with us, with the gentleman.
Oh.
That was a beautiful story.
Yeah, I had a.
You all were busy in the back
I had a gentleman that I was working with, and I worked with him for quite a long period of time. And he had grown up in a state developmental center, and so he had a lot of issues with touch and just feeling unlovable because, in those type of settings, you don't get contact and hugs and things like that. And he was someone that I just I took a liking to, and he took a liking to me, and we had an understanding, and he was someone that everyone else feared because, he could bump into you and knock you and throw, something in hot water to spray it up on people. But he was one, I could get to him and talk to him, and he just ended up being a friend, and he came to my wedding, and he came and he actually spoke at my wedding. He kind of grabbed the mic and ended up, trying to make a speech. But he was just so wonderful. He wasn't able to read or write, but he would pick out the most beautiful cards for me. And on my birthday, I would get a card that said "Happy Mother's Day" or something. But he would look at the picture and just think, this is what I want to give.
Wow.
And he ended up getting a plaque and making a plaque for me that said in gratitude. And it was just
And he was able to hug, and then he was able to touch and
he
hug.
was,
and I think hugging is 1,000 words. I
Yeah.
think
Oh,
hugging
yeah.
is the one most
And,
beautiful thing.
He also he has a wedding gift. He gave you a bag full of 50, was it 50 cent piece of dollars?
little coins that he had
That he
saved.
collected.
Yeah,
Oh, beautiful.
that he had given
Put
to
a
me
little
for
thing,
it.
gave it as a wedding present.
Yeah,
Oh my
Because-
God.
it was
he
very
didn't-
touching.
Wow.
Because he was finally able to experience
Verbalize.
emotion
Yeah.
and feeling and know that someone genuinely
Cared.
cared about
Yeah,
him
exactly.
through all these years. And,
Wow.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Well, your
Very
spirit,
special
your
touch.
spirit
Yes.
is like
Yeah.
just embracing. It's like, wow, look at that smile. You got it from your mom.
I don't smile that much, but
Excuse me. You smile enough. Let me tell you, I know you got it from. But it's just, wow. You know, I always knew when I first met you and what have you, we just used to have such a good time.
We did.
Oh my gosh, I remember going to your house and doing some kind of review. I think Stevie Wonder, it was one of those songs, we were up there singing and carrying on. We had some good times. Yeah, we
in
used
the day.
to, yeah. Back in the day. Yeah. Oh, I won't even say what song it was.
Yeah.
That would tell our age. To say the least. Because we do look good. I have to say, we all do look good. We look good.
Yes, you
Yes,
do.
well, you too. You too. What?
No, I think I look good for my age.
Yeah, definitely. You know, it's like you're keeping ourselves right because we're doing the right thing with our minds, and because with you reading all the time and doing, you know, life and living life and enjoying.
And we work with what I didn't. Well, I enjoyed it from the beginning, but what I was getting out of it was we tutor. Well, we have college students coming to the church, and we get children from the elementary school that aren't doing well in the school, you know, and so we have them come to the church. The school sends them to us on the bus, and we have the tutors set up so they can get one child or two children to tutor. Help them with their homework after school.
Nice.
And so it's been a wonderful project. You know, the kids, we've had it, how long have we been doing it
We've been
now?
doing about 8 years now.
So you're doing that now?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
So you work together?
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
that's
and
so cool.
It's a mission from our church.
Yeah,
and we love to do it together, and it really, you know, it keeps you young too. You're around the kids, and they're so active, and we've seen
It's 3rd to 5th grade.
Okay.
We've seen kids that we tutored, you know, that came in initially, and now we're seeing them, you know, they're in high school, they're graduating, you know, and it's really, you know, just fulfilling to see them doing so well because these were kids that may have, you know,
were challenged
and had some struggles.
So
it was pretty
that's so
wonderful.
cool.
Yeah.
And for you all to do it together, so you live very close to each other then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's very nice.
Yeah.
Oh. Does your daughter do it also, or?
Well, right now she's still in school. She's working on her doctorate in chiropractic studies.
Oh, really? Oh, we got to talk some more.
Yes.
Well, you know what? We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Okay.
Being a fireman is more than just putting out blazes and giving kittens CPR. Sometimes my duty demands I fan the flames, like when a call comes in from a lady who needs immediate assistance.
Maybe she needs help with that computer thing. Maybe she wants to go antique.
could be as simple as understanding that walking in heels is... it's hard. Ou aussi simple que l'été dernier à Paris. C'est sympa. Maybe it's ladies' night in, and she wants a simple, delicious recipe for margaritas with a twist. First, a can of limeade. Now hold on to this. You'll be using it. Side note, kittens make everything better. Next, add water. Now, a bottle of light beer. No, shh. Trust me, I'm a professional. And last, and most important, Sauza Blue tequila. Now, mix it up. Ole. Yes, that's what I'm trained for. Whether it's to help her choose leggings or pants, telling her leggings are pants, or discussing leggings and jeggings versus pant pegging at her next ladies' night in, I'll come to the rescue. Don't call me a hero. Just call me. Let me know what time.
You smell so good, I won't have to bathe the next 2 weeks. Anything. So, here, laugh a little harder. All right,
I will take him. I would be proud to show you off, you little old weirdo man.
Get a new sweater. The worst dressed man here tonight. Right? Look, get that laugh, and get it in there tonight because nobody else is going to laugh like her. She's under drugs, all right?
Welcome to Formula Auto Wash, where every day is a great day for a car wash. Open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Sundays 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Detailing packages for every budget, starting out at $29.99. 100% hand wash and detail centre. Horsehair and microfiber brushes and mitts. Proudly using Ecolab Blue Coral soaps and waxes. Formula Auto Wash has served the community for over 30 years. Senior discounts all day, every day. Ladies' Day Wednesday, $3 off any wash. Early bird discount Monday through Thursday till 9:30 a.m. Check out our website, formulaautowash.com.
Hi, welcome back to Passion for Life with Dee and Friends, and I'm here with my friends, and we were talking about chiropractor and Kathleen's daughter, but we also had a couple that was a little delayed because of the rain and the traffic and what have you, and they were able to finally join us. So I'm gonna say, hey, welcome to Passion for Life with Dee and Friends.
Hi.
And my friends here and my partners, Victoria and Ivan, and we wanted to, well, usually we start with, I know, I apologize, it took a lot longer than that you expected, I know, relax, I know, because we just like threw you on here, and it's like, oh, so just relax a little bit, I know, because we only have a few more minutes and it's live, so we want to share your passion for life, and I know it's Vika, I call her Vika.
Okay.
Victoria.
It's okay.
Her English is not so good, although she speaks like 5 different languages. Is it 5?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's like, but the English, she's getting there.
Yes, I understand. I know you speak good.
Yeah. But you speak good enough, you know? So basically, when you saw my show, I always ask you, what's your passion for life? So did you share with your husband, or do you want to share with us?
Okay.
Okay. What's your passion? You want us to come back to you?
Yes.
Okay. So, Ivan, what's your passion for life?
The first is family,
Okay.
yes, and then the rest,
Okay.
yes.
Well, I know that you all are doing entrepreneurship, and you came here to this country, and you actually learned English very quickly. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
And you are so impassioned to share and help people get well.
Yes,
You know, because they went back to their country and brought products that they knew that would help them, you know, to help people. So the entrepreneurship is amazing. And I know that they have this beautiful little daughter.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, she is so sweet.
How old?
It's 2 years.
2 weeks?
2 years.
2 years.
No,
Oh,
2 years. Yeah. And she's gorgeous, you know. And she's very rambunctious, all over the place, you know. But right now, I know Ivan. He's doing. Where are you working right now?
I am working as an electrician
Oh, okay.
for the moment, but later, who knows?
Yeah.
Yes, the life is changing. So
Right.
So Ivan, how did you get into the health? How did you want to get into the health field and helping people? Did you have an incident that changed your life?
You know, also if to say in general, the people have to want this to change their life. So you just have to give an impulse only, the first. But also depends of the people. Some the people need more time. You have to push them and this to explain. So
It's all about sharing. Yeah, we have to share. And
Yes.
I know that you all are sharers. I know that when Vika came by and saw what we were doing, she came to you, and it was like she didn't understand all of it, but she understood that it was something that needed to be shared. And you started using the products, and you saw a difference in how you were feeling, Victoria.
Yes, it's very good.
Yeah. And you just, because what kind of issues did Victoria have?
she has issues with the face, with the skin, actually.
Yes.
Okay.
The trace gel is very good.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So she actually, well, you're young. You're a youngster.
Yes. Yes.
What?
Yes. It's most important face.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it's also inside. We have to really work for ourselves inside. You know, like, so I know with, Kathleen's daughter's going to chiropractic school, you know, so they work with the bones and they work for the inside and what have you. So does she work on you?
She does, actually. I can't wait. But yeah, and so much of the field is really based on wellness and, you know, that all the things that we were talking about.
Yeah.
And, you know, just creating the wellness from inside.
Yeah.
And, you know, helping, you know, to rid your body of disease by eating well and, you know, taking care of yourself, exercising. And,
Right. Well, you also, your mind.
Right.
You know, your mind is important. If you don't have a good mind, you know, it's like, because relationships also, you know, your relationship with yourself, relationship with others, you know, there's spirituality, and your finances. You got to have the right finances in order to be able to really thrive. And what else? There's so many things, right? It's just like that circle of life, you know.
It's all self-awareness. It's
Yeah.
self-awareness of what we want and how to change it if we, you know, if we're going in the wrong direction, and how to make our life better.
Yeah.
But Ivan, I was going to say, you know, you're from Europe. What country are you from again?
Moldova.
And I know that, you know, you said family first.
Yes.
And I seen a lot of Europe countries, and I came from the old school, so we cooked our home cooked meals, which are healthy. You know, our moms cooked and we make, I'm sure you
Yes,
cook at
yes,
home.
yes.
And I guess coming to America, you've seen a lot of people eating junk food. So I guess, you know, and
Yeah,
you're not
that's
used
true.
to that. I know maybe in Europe, you know, there's more people more aware of healthy, good food because you do, as a family, sit down and make fresh food.
Yeah, but we even grow the
You
food.
grow the
Yes,
vegetables.
You grow,
yes,
like-
so,
Yeah.
but here usually the people buy, so you don't
Right.
know what you buy.
Right.
But
and
do
we
you
talk.
do you find that when you eat the food though that it's different and it doesn't satisfy you and it's not as nutritious?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
always,
Yeah.
always.
Yeah.
It's rarely when you don't see the difference to say it's similar with ours, but usually it's a big difference, especially when you go to buy something cheaper or when actually depends, you know, because everything is depends of the money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I love having a garden. If I want to live in Italy, first of all,
Yeah,
and I want to have my little garden with my figs and
Yeah.
my olive oil. That's the way I love my cheese and my wine.
Yeah.
So Ivan, so you got into the health, and now you want to help. Both you and your wife want to help and change people being healthy.
Yeah, we say to the people, we're saying like this is kind good, this is not good, and we saying the reason why it's good, why it's not good, how it's supposed to be, you know, because the people which are growing here, they don't know what is good and what is not good.
That's
Even
right.
the junk for them, they think this is good.
Good.
I know.
It's educating, right, Dee? It's all about
Yeah,
educating.
yes, definitely. Well, the thing is, I know that I have gone to we have a mutual friend and actually a partner, and we've gone to the house, and it's all about the food, you know. And they come out with all these really, really good foods because it's more healthy, you know. And we sit around the table, and you're just like, they're from Russia, so I was like, let's go and get some borscht. And it's like the vegetables and just so much more fresh because you know what to bring and you want to eat better, you know, and you do feel full and satiated because otherwise, you know, when you're eating that crap out there, you're not really you just can keep on eating and it's never going to be satisfied.
Yes.
Yeah. What's that? But I know with myself, I actually had topped my scale at 309, and because I was eating processed foods, I was brought up, and this is a dedication to my mom because my mom's sick, and she's, you know, transitioning, and so the fact that, you know, we decided to dedicate this, and this is mother and daughter right here, okay? Kathleen and Mercedes are mother and daughter, so they came to see my mom, and so I just grabbed them and said, let's go over to the show. so they didn't know what they were going to get into. But it's all for a reason. It was all for a reason. So you're a mom and a new mom, and it's just about helping and embracing and honoring our moms, you know? So... And we just had Mother's Day, so it's actually really a good tribute to our moms, you know, and to be healthy because they did the right thing. They thought they were doing the right thing when we were growing up, but unfortunately, with the foods that were out there, you know, TV dinners was the good thing for the Americans, you know. Yeah, let's have TV dinners and processed foods and. You know, Dinty Moore, my mom was into the canned food. You know, it was like SpaghettiOs and all those things, you know, and the can.
But I came up I was brought up different. You and I were brought up different. My mom cooked home-cooked meals. Thank you, Mom. She had 3 meals done by 11 o'clock in the morning that she cooked homemade.
That's amazing.
And we didn't
So
drink
not
soda.
my
We didn't drink. We have everything in common except for that.
So not my mom.
But no soda. We had no sweets in the house. And, you know, I started the fitness field very young because you know, I wanted to educate, and it's so nice to have people, and probably your daughter now, you're putting her on a program of being
Yes.
healthy, and if we could start the younger generation eating healthy, we could change all that,
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know, at an early
we're gonna
age,
guide the correct way.
the correct way of
Yes.
eating.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's going to be hard because this generation, especially here in the United States, you know, McDonald's.
Yes.
Yes,
Oh.
but you know they're
King.
trying to do healthy. But the thing is, okay, that's why we are doing these type of shows,
Yeah.
and that's why you know we have to share with other people to let people know that there are healthy alternatives. Because a lot of people don't even know that they're not healthy. A lot of people don't know that nutrition starts with real foods. You know, because I didn't know that until I was. Blah, I'm not going to say. But it just a couple of years ago, you know, actually you haven't seen me, but the people that have seen me, they've seen a transformation because I finally got it. You know, I knew certain things I needed, you know, so I was adding supplements to my body. But then I didn't understand why I couldn't go but so far. You know, I still couldn't just get it under control. And it's still a struggle. You know, you still have to struggle because you really got to start realizing what you're putting in your body and your mind and your spirit. You know, all that works together for your body to function properly. You know, so...
And that's part of the problem too with the kids that are coming up because there's the incidence of childhood obesity and diabetes is out of control. Because they're not learning those essential things very young. You know, in terms of fat and sugars and things like that just in the foods and everything is supersized so that they want more and more.
But also everything it starts from yourself. How you think, and then you have to look the difference, because maybe your parents may not know the real food, the healthy food, so you have to look to your friends or some people which know what they eat, what they're supposed to eat, and then you're gonna see the difference. And the second, you have to know where to buy. Because some stores or some places you can see the more healthy. Some places you can see can be expensive but not healthy. Yeah, and the last thing, you have to prepare home.
You're right about that.
Only home.
Only home.
Well, you know, at home, it's sometimes hard, I have to say.
Yes.
It's sometimes hard.
It takes time only.
Well, you got to make the time, but sometimes you just can't. But they have healthy alternatives out there now, and you have to be very much aware because, okay, some places say they're organic and then they aren't. So you have to be sure, like I know I've gone to several places and they say, no, I'm not organic, but they go to a farm that they do, they're not certified organic. It doesn't have to be certified organic. It just has to be without the pesticides. It just has to be grown with certain, in a certain way. I'm not exactly sure what to say, how, I'm having to help me, somebody. Anyway. But in terms, and this does not get edited, so it is what it is. It's out there now, But basically, I'm saying that these farms don't use the pesticides. They're using real foods, and they're trying to avoid anything that's going to cause any harm to us. Now, the thing is, only problem is a lot of the soils and stuff like that are not really nutritious. So we're not getting everything that we need. That's why we do need supplements that will help us, our bodies and what have you, Unfortunately, but they have to be supplements that don't have any kind of chemicals that are going to cause our bodies to go to a negative. And so you got to keep it positive. We talked about that earlier before you all came, to keep it positive. Do not put the negative out there, So it was like, the foods, the mind, the body, everything, it has to be positive. Keep it like, you know, and know, because I didn't know. I had no clue I could eat all that crap, and my mom really didn't know. You're saying, you know, your friends and what have you, but when you're 7, 8 years old and you didn't really know fruit didn't come in a can, you know, that's what it was. You know, everything that came in a can or came in a container was good to us. You know, and cake was our friend.
That is true, because my mother came from Washington, D.C., but a lot of her cooking was Southern cooking. And so a lot of her cooking was fresh greens, was sweet potato, you know, a white potato, but, you know, it was coming from the garden.
Right,
we used to have a man that used to grow the garden for us during the summer. And the tomatoes, it just tasted different.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
could see the difference in the taste of the freshness of it, you know. And
okay. Well, I'll tell you, I think our time is almost over.
Yeah,
Huh?
we have a few minutes left. So if you want to, you know, where we could reach you, Ivan, where can we reach you if we want to contact you? Is there a number, or are you on Facebook? Is there a number you want to leave? Or?
Yeah, we both have Facebook number, the phones. Like,
okay. I put a picture up on my Facebook, because when we have a show, I usually bring the guest. I put the guest on my Facebook.
Did you see it?
So
no, we didn't check this.
So anybody that want to get in touch with them, you could go to my Facebook, because I have pictures with their names on it. And Kathleen, how can we reach you? You okay?
I have Facebook also, and cell phones.
Well, we'll post everybody's names and everything, and you can give us the telephone numbers and we can post all that. But basically, they're entrepreneurs. They're working with some very good products. It's all natural products, and I know I work with them too, and I love my products. But we don't really talk about products, you know, per se, you know, because I'm not an info commercial. We don't do that. But it's just about helping people live better lives. And I have to say thank you for coming out today.
Thank you.
And I know your project with up there in Geneva with the kids and what have you, definitely we would like to share that, you know, so what church you're affiliated with, and they might want to, so we'll get it out there for y'all. So, and everything, I thank you for coming all the way out here, and sorry for the traffic.
It's fine.
I just want to say
depends on us, sort of.
Yeah.
I just want to say prayers for your mom.
Yes.
Prayers and love.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, and
thank you all for coming and
and
sharing.
Going right back to New Jersey now.
Yes.
Oh,
we're gonna eat though
feel
first.
sorry.
Yeah, we are sorry because we came too late.
No, you didn't come too late.
No.
But you know
shared
what? We're
passion.
gonna.
You shared your passion, and that's what it's all about. Even
You
if
made
you're
it.
there for a little bit, you shared your passion.
And we're gonna.
I hope it's a little bit, but it's enough.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly, exactly. No, it was a little, you know what? That's it. You know, passion, you know, and it's all about sharing, and little bit is always enough.
Yep.
Always enough. Thank you. Thank you so much. You know, and thank you again for coming out and sharing your passions and with our friends, Passion for Life with Dee and Friends, and coming out next week and see
And
you
we'll
next
see
week.
you next week.
Okay.
I'll be here.
Yeah.